Okay, so this is the Rolex Chronograph Daytona, reference 126515LN, and it's a 2024 rose gold model that perfectly captures the balance, in my opinion, between performance, engineering and modern luxury. First and foremost, a word of gratitude to Calibre Jewelry for allowing me access to this beautiful timepiece. So the Daytona is one of the most recognizable watches in the world, a design that's been refined over 60 years, but never fundamentally has changed. This newest generation continues that legacy, updating its technology, finishing, and details while keeping the unmistakable DNA that has made Daytona an icon. The reference 126515LN is crafted in Everose gold, and that's for the case and the buckle. So this is a 40mm Everose case that remains the classic Daytona proportions. It's compact, it's fluid, and it's perfectly symmetrical. It has the height and curvature allows it to sit closely to the wrist and feels robust as expected from Rolex sports watches. The Cerachrom bezel is a major function upgrade over the earlier metal bezels. It's made from a single piece of high density ceramic that's virtually scratch proof and impervious to UV discoloration. The tachymeter scale engraved on the bezel is filled with rose gold PVD, offering excellent legibility and contrast against that black surface. Viewed from the side, you notice the classic screw-down pushes and crowns, giving the watch a distinct and almost architectural silhouette. The polished surfaces transition cleanly into brushed ones, and every line is controlled, evident of the tight tolerances that refine Rolex finishing. The crystal is sapphire. It's raised and resistant to scratches, much like that ceramic bezel actually, which is much more scratch resistant than the previous steel bezels. The water resistance of this watch, obviously when all the pushes and the crown is screwed down, is 10 ATM or 100 meters. So that makes this Daytona fully capable for daily wear. Arguably swimming, I wouldn't, and that's all despite its luxurious materials. This configuration uses the black dial that pairs beautifully with the warmth of that Everose. The sub-dials are framed with the matching rose gold rings, offering clear separation and depth. At the 3, 6 and 9 o'clock positions, you can see these are symmetrical and intuitive. The hands and hour markers are 18 karat Everose gold as well, and it's filled with the chromolite lume for a blue tone glow in the dark, in low and also for low light situations. Text is minimal and finely printed. The proportions between the fonts and the spacing remain consistent with Rolex's clean modern era. And under direct light, the dial shifts from a matte charcoal tone to a subtle gloss tone. So the sub-second hands at 6 o'clock beat smoothly with that sweep, whilst the chronograph hands stand out distinctly for quick reading. It's legibility through precision rather than ornamental. Unscrewing the chronograph pushes will not only unlock them, but allow me to start that chronograph. And that's going to be that main second hand there. Inside here is the Rolex's new Calibre 4131. It's introduced back in 2023 to replace the long-running 4130. It's an automatic column wheel chronograph, which is the method that it uses to start and stop that chronograph. This is the Chrono Energy Escapement made from nickel phosphorus. Improves the efficiency and magnetic resistance. We've got the movement architecture, includes as Rolex Paraflex shock absorbers, increasing the resistance to vibration and impact. So the operation is very straightforward. So let's unscrew all the pushes, unscrew that crown as well. You wind it clockwise to wind the watch if needed. It's automatic, so it will do that itself through movement on the wrist. The top pusher starts and stops the chronograph. So that's starting it there. You can see that main second hand is now ticking. Stops. And then that bottom pusher resets all hands. So that's the 2 sub dials as well as that main second hand there. Everything here, so even the pushers, clicks, feels crisp, mechanical and deliberate. There's no slack, no over travel. It's very, very well put together. And the accuracy remains within Rolex's superlative chronometer standard, meaning that it will not vary more than plus or minus 2 seconds each day, and tested both by the COSC and Rolex's own internal certification after casing. So moving over onto the strap and wearability, which is quite an interesting thing here. As you can see here, it's on the Oyster strap. The Daytona's evolution isn't limited to its movement, but also the comfort that has advanced as well. So this model comes on the Oysterflex strap, which blends the best qualities of rubber and metal. So inside each of these straps is a flexible titanium nickel blade that maintains the structural integrity. So you can see that shape there, whilst allowing that natural flex of the rubber as well. The outer elastomer is a smooth and matte finish that is also resistant to UV, sweat, and environmental wear as well. It hugs the wrist without pulling hair or shifting, even in warmer conditions. You can see in here, there is a design there to ensure that that it's breathable on both sides. At the clasps, you can find there is a security folding mechanism with the easy link comfortable extension. So to remove it, you just lift that Rolex logo there, spring load the clasp. And even with the Everose Gold and the Oysterflex, there is that easy half link adjustment there, which is very nice actually. So the result is a perfectly balanced watch. The weight of the Everose Gold countered by the lightness of the straps. On the wrist, it feels secure, compact, and balanced. It's not top heavy like a full gold bracelet. And you notice the density of the Everose, but not the drag. And this is truly an everyday wearable luxury. So Rolex has always built the Daytona for precision timing. The tachometer on the bezel allows the conversion of elapsed seconds into speed, so into an average speed. So historically, the race cars, now they can just use it for personal time, but previously you would start the timer, stop it, I believe it was 1 mile, and then you would know how fast you were moving. So the chronograph measures up to 12 hours continuously. That's by this hour marker here on the 9 o'clock. It's ideal for timing laps, fights, or cooking intervals. Every detail is engineered to feel consistent, from the resistance of the crown to the alignment of the hands upon reset. It's perfectly on the 12 o'clock, which you would expect from such a timepiece. Within the Rolex portfolio, the Daytona sits at the top of the sport chronograph hierarchy. It's both a technical showpiece and as well a cultural icon. It's recognized beyond the watch world, yet still appreciated by purists for its movement and design integrity. 126515LN occupies a special place in that range. It bridges the gap between the everyday steel Daytonas of the past and the ultra-exclusive full gold bracelet models. The use of Everose Gold gives that luxury and warmth, and compared to earlier Daytonas, this one feels more mature in some ways. The combination of materials gives it a modern silhouette that works both formally and also for casual environments, a theme that I appreciate, especially with Rolexes. So collectors appreciate it not only for the looks, but for mechanical upgrades. The 4131 is expected to define the Daytona's platform for the next decade. So the Daytona is engineered to last generations. As with most of these watches, the Everose alloy is unique, and in that pink hue, it doesn't fade over time. Rolex adds platinum actually to stabilize the color over time. Cerachrom bezel resists scratches, and also that then is going to allow it to look clean for much longer. The Rolex case construction protects the movement with the screw down crowns and pushers, keeping it sealed against dust and moisture. Maintenance intervals, roughly 10 years depending on the use. With proper care and accuracy, the functions will remain steady or well beyond that, to be able to have that daily use out of something that you're also going to be able to keep and maintain over generations. And Calibre Jewelry, who are the exact people you want to look after this, whether it's servicing or it's going to be the polishing or cleanup, that allows you to keep and maintain this, for many decades and generations. So to summarize, the key specifications of this Rolex Daytona 126515LN is its 40mm Everose case, the black Cerachrom bezel with engraved tachymeter scale. It's a Calibre 4131 automatic chronograph movement inside. It's got a 72-hour power reserve, 44 joules in this movement, superlative chronometer accuracy on it, the Oysterflex rubber straps with that Everose clasp at the bottom, the water resistance to 100 meters, the black dial with chromolite loom, and altogether this Daytona remains a benchmark for chronograph design. I think this reference demonstrates Rolex's ability to evolve an icon without disturbing its essence.